What is your question today?
It's Angel with a J. So yeah.
Yes, which I love.
Okay. So first off, thank you so much for making the magic to actually get together today. I'm grateful for that. So I've been making my way through the Self Love Academy, and I'm in module 8 now. And one of the things that you talked about was just like so resonant for me, where we start to feel better or fuller, and then all of a sudden we just go dump it out again. And I was like, oh yeah, that is such a pattern for me, to like, oh, I finally feel like I've got some energy and ideas and whatever, and then the next thing you know, I'm like flat out again. So my question is, I would love to understand what fully full actually feels like, and how do I stop myself from pouring back out again when I'm partially refilled? Like, how do I get a clearer reading on my own gauge?
Mhm. Great question. Okay, so can you tell me your name 3 times, please?
Angel B. Hartwell, Angel B. Hartwell, Angel B. Hartwell.
Thank you. Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
Okay, before I share these 2 things for you, I want to just give a little background for those that are watching around, energy and being full and what you were talking about in the Self Love Academy. So there was a class in the academy which I taught about this specific thing, which I had a realization which was key for me in my own healing, which was in order to be well, to be healthy, but also to manifest the life that you really want, you need as much of your soul's energy in your body as possible. You need a full. If you look at your energy field or your aura as like a cup, your soul's energy is the water that fills that cup, right? And you need as much of it at the top to be full as possible. But most of us, especially in Western culture, run with very low. We run with the cup kind of at the bottom. And when the lower it gets, that's when you start to manifest illness. That's when you have chronic illness when it stays low. And in order to heal yourself, you have to begin to fill your cup up and keep it up. But what ends up happening for a lot of us is usually, again, when I say most of us run low, I'm saying if you look at it percentage wise, most of us are at the average American really is running at less than 50%. And if you're ill, you're really going at less than 20%. And what ends up happening, let's say for me, I was chronically probably at 5%. But when I would start this process of filling it back up, well, when you get to 10%, 10% feels way better than 5%. But 10% is not 100%. But what's up happening is because you feel better and 10% feels better than 5%, you go out and you start doing those activities again that drains you. So for instance, you may start helping people again. You may start putting too much on your plate, putting too much on your schedule, doing very extraneous activities that will drain your energy. And so instead of being at 100%, you go right back to 5, right? So where you were going up, all of a sudden you tank back down. So this is what Angel has brought up about. And so specifically for you, Angel, what I saw in your energy field was what I want to share first of all is this is a pattern that has been passed down to you from your family. And if you look specifically at, I'm seeing mom heavily here, but dad is in this too. Okay, so you got it from both, but mom is the biggest one. This is what I'm seeing. So there was a pattern of specifically what drains you specifically, because this is the pattern that you got that I'm seeing is overgiving.
Mm.
So you give a lot to others, and when you to so much so, it's like you give, you have nothing left for yourself, and you're limping to the bar, right? And so when you get to the barn, you finally get to the barn and you rest for like, so let's say you needed to rest for like 10 hours, you rest for 2 hours and like, oh, rest. And then you go back out and you do it again, right? So what I'm seeing here for you to understand how to, so that's the pattern that you want to be very understanding that you need to stop is oversharing. So your healing piece is now to over receive. You have to go because you've been at the extreme over here. To get yourself to balance, you need to be way over here for a while, right? And so what your soul was showing me was these two things can help you. One, I want you to do every day for at least 5 minutes. I want you to visualize yourself, a version of yourself, like picture yourself as really rested and really charged and really nourished and receiving everything. This is how you, because you have not had a dominant experience of this, like going back in the past is not necessarily going to be the helpful practice for you, but this is like visualizing a future angel that is deeply rested, that is deeply receiving, that is deeply nourished. And do this, I would really try to do this for 30 days straight, because this is what, there's a few things that I'm going to add to this for this. But the reason why is because you need to get a picture of what that looks like, right? And as you picture it, you're going to get a feeling. Feelings are going to start. This is the major piece for you to feel into, okay, so I'm looking at, so if I was doing this, I'm looking at Jerome, he's rested. He doesn't have a lot on his plate. All of his needs are met. He feels very relaxed. He feels energized and happy. His shoulders are relaxed, right? And I'm feeling into this. I feel really relaxed. I feel really happy. I feel like I'm just breezing through the world, right? These are some things that I'm tuning into as I'm thinking about this. This is what you need for yourself. And I would, as you start to get this, as you start to get a clearer picture, probably after a week, you'll have a clearer picture. Like there will be some dominant feelings that keep coming up in here, like every time. Write those down. Get a card, an index card, write them on an index card, say, okay, relaxed. Okay. And it might not be relaxed for you, but maybe it's energized, whatever it is, write them down. It may be 3, 4 things that come up. Have them on an index card. And what you want to do is anytime you're about to make a choice for yourself, anytime you're about to go and do anything, you pull these cards, like literally have to keep these cards on your person for 30 days. Anytime you're about to make a choice or about to make a decision, pull these cards out and say, does this feel like this? If it doesn't feel like these 4 things, it's a no. I need to say no to it. I need to not engage in it. I need to not sign up for this assignment. I need to not do this project. I need to not work with this client. Whatever it is, these 4 cards, like whatever these cards are, whatever the feelings are, and it's going to take a little, this is a little work, right? Because you're going to have to actually make the decision to stop, to pull these cards out and look and really tune in and be radically honest with yourself. Because what's going to happen, because this is the other thing about the soul, you're saying you want to become the fully charged version of yourself. Your soul cannot just do it for you because that takes away free will. You have to choose it.
Mhm.
So what's going to happen is it's going to create experiences for you where you have to choose it. But the thing is, you can always choose not, and you can choose to go back into the old pattern. If you choose it, it becomes so much easier because you have to send the signal to the universe, I am who I say I want to be. And in order to do that, you have to make the choice. So you have to have experience. So what you're going to notice in these next 30 days, there's going to be a lot of experiences that come up that you're like, wait a minute, like this sounds really juicy. Oh my God. But is this in alignment with me feeling recharged?
Mm,
Is this going to make me do so? And you have to make the choice. And if you make the other choice, shit's going to hit the fan because you're going in opposition of who you truly are. Because who you truly are is who you say you want to be.
mm,
So if you move away from that truth, it's not going to be benign. So this is who you say you want to be. You want this. You have a calling to say, I want to be nourished. Now is you have to make the choice. That's the first way. That's number one. So do this visualization, get those cards, use those cards as here's how I want to feel. The other thing that your energy was saying was take a week, take 1 week and wipe your to-do list schedule clean and rest and do only what really feels exciting for you and nourishing for you. Because the other thing I'm seeing in your energy field that came up is your pattern has been running off of obligation and responsibility and not fulfillment and desire. And that's why you're also not charged, because obligation and responsibility drain, fulfillment and desire nourish, right? And
mm,
sometimes we have some obligations, but your schedule is like 99.9% obligation and responsibility and like 0.01% desire and fulfillment. And so there's nothing charging. And so you want to wipe your to-do schedule clean, only do what feels fulfilling and passionate and fun and pleasurable for a week. And then after that week, I want you to tune into what feels different for you,
mm,
because you just haven't had an experience of what that version of angel feels like, that the real angel, the charged and nourished angel. You don't know what she feels like, and this is going to help you do that. And the challenge is going to be after this again, you know you've got clearer picture of what she feels like. Can you choose to continue to feel like this? It doesn't mean that you'll have to continue to choose to wipe your to-do list clean, but you'll have a clarity of, I'm putting these things on my to-do list that make me feel unlike myself, and I need to change those. I need to stop doing that, and what needs to be on my to-do list that can serve this instead.
mm.
So
Yeah.
those are the two things that will help you get very clear on what a full, nourished angel feels like. And just lastly, just overarching general, you feel happy, you feel more light, you feel lighter instead of heavier and bogged down. You feel very light. You feel really excited. Excitement. When you're charged, you feel really excited. You want to get out there in the world. You want to see it. You want to feel the air on your body. You feel alive. You feel what you're going to feel is most like yourself. What you've been feeling is most unlike yourself. You don't realize that until you do these two things. And you'll see how far away from yourself you've been. How far away you've been. But this is how you make yourself come back. It's increments. It's not going to be snap in the morning. You don't want that anyway. It's a very uncomfortable quantum leap. But you want to fill it up, incrementally, and you'll feel more and more alive. That's how you know you're going in the direction. You'll feel more and more alive. You'll feel more and more like, oh my God, I feel more like myself. You'll literally probably say that. You'll probably say, oh my God, I feel more like me. That's how you know you're going in the right direction. So try
Yeah.
those two things for 30 days. And if you try them for 30 days and you're consistent with them, you will have a very palpable experience. There may even be some miracles that happen for you, because anytime we bring more of the energy in our body, it is the energy that manifests heaven on earth. It literally is. So the more energy you get of that in your body, the more heaven you experience.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I receive. I receive.
Anything, any other clarity pieces for that?
Uh yeah, the one piece that there's two things that kind of came up for me. Number one, when you said to visualize and like you used the word relaxed, there's definitely a part of me that actually feels afraid of that.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that's because of trauma, childhood trauma. Like being relaxed is probably not safe in some place. So I'm gonna do my own work around that. And then the other piece was the kind of like getting the orientation points of what it really feels like for me.
Yeah.
So, and when you said the word excited, there's also an edge for me there because in the past it's felt like I get, filled up a little bit more. And now I'm like, I'm excited. And then I go do, and then I get drained. So I think I need to actually work with the words relaxed and excited and either find my correct alignment with those or transmute whatever's going on with those two words, because they feel part of this pattern.
Yeah. Don't use those words right now. Find something that works for you. Maybe relieved.
Oh yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah. I feel relieved. I
Yeah,
feel maybe not excited, but passionate or
vibrant,
vibrant.
that
Yeah.
word. Yeah, I like that.
Relieved and vibrant, right? So this is, you feel into how it feels for you and the words that come out for you. You don't have to use my words by any means. You want to feel what's really truest for you. And also one more thing, because you have had the trauma, I want you to work with the mantra, I can trust myself with my life.
I can trust myself with my life. Great.
No
That's a good one.
matter what has happened in the past, I can now trust myself with my life.
Mm,
And you can put your hand on your heart, especially when we've had trauma, we get disconnected from actually touching and feeling and knowing our own body. So when you're reconnecting to the trust of your own self, you want to touch yourself. You want to touch your skin. I can trust myself with my life.
mm,
No matter what has happened in the past, no matter what decisions I made in the past, I am different today. And I can
mm,
trust myself with my life.
mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Breathe that in. Do that every day. You may even need it several times a day, but do it every day. Breathe that in and know that you are on your path. You can trust yourself and that you will make the right decisions. You will do these practices. You will have this awareness and you will use this awareness in a very positive way for yourself.
Mm. Beautiful. Jerome.
Much, 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 much love.
Thank you.
Okay, next person.